Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Gonna give everyone a few minutes to jump in here, but just wanted to jump on the mic real quick to say welcome. So happy to have you join us today. I'm gonna let everybody dial in a second, but you're in the right place. If you're looking for 3 steps to sales growth in 2025, we're talking directly to the background screening industry here. Of course, that's what we do at iCubed. So come on in, grab a seat. I hope to hear, and I'm going to do my best. I'm doing this solo today, guys. So if there is questions and if there is an active chat, I'll do my best to address it probably at the end. But that doesn't mean, don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Certainly add your chat in, have conversations amongst yourselves. That's also, really great ability and point here really is why we do these webinars, so that you can talk with your peers, you can gain knowledge, and you can share advice as you know it and as you see it. And I will say this, fight with me, guys, fight with me in the comments. Let me know what you think here. Let me know if you think I'm so off base. Let me know if you think I'm missing something important. I am so eager to hear your feedback today, to hear all about what you think about this delivery. And guys, I'm gonna tell you this, and okay, we're at 11 o'clock now, so we'll officially get into it. But welcome again for everybody coming in. I'm just sort of, rambling here to get everybody started, but we are going to start talking about some important information. Important information being, I'm doing something today that's totally brand new to this industry. Okay. I'm doing something today that has not been done before. And I'm a little nervous, but I think you guys are going to like it and going to enjoy it. So I very ambitiously only scheduled half an hour for us to chat today. And so we don't have a lot of time, and let's get down to business, essentially, is what I'd like to do. So first things first, like I said, if you are participating in the chat, please do. I might miss it just because I am on my own here today, but talk amongst yourself. Okay, so let's get going, guys. 3 steps to sales growth in 2025. The title's a little misleading because I'm not going to lie, there's a lot more information than 3 things that I'm going to share with you today. First things first, I want to kind of warm us up and just bring out a shout out to one of my dear friends, Ann Beecher here from Cutting Edge. Listen, guys, one of the things that I think is really important, and y'all are sales and marketing people, y'all are people who need to, we're all selling something. This is a business, right? This is a business. And what I want to show you today is a real life person that I've actually worked with, some social proof, a case study, if you will. And really at the end of the day, just some very kind words that Anne has shared about her work with me. So do know that in my work as a consultant, I do work with real people. I do get actual real results. And if you have any questions or need any recommendations, there are some folks that'll probably give you a thumbs up. So who am I? What are we doing here? What am I doing here? And why did you join me today? So if you don't know me, my name is Bianca Lager. I'm an associate consultant with iCubed Advisors. Now, you may have seen me on the pods and the webinars with Jason and Kevin, and probably from other types of webinars and content in the past. My biggest claim to fame is that I was the president and CEO of a company called Social Intelligence, social media background screening, and we operated as both a direct CRA, okay, so B2B sales and marketing strategy there, and then also our partnership channel where we partnered with over 100 CRAs. Now, I did manage most of those partnerships directly, but of course 100 partnerships is a lot. So what I also did is created scalable systems for us to be able to take on new partners, grow those partnerships, grow these revenue channel in a way that was manageable for a very, very small team, in addition to the over 400 B2B direct clients that we had. So I was busy for a lot of years, and we sold that company to Fama Technologies. I think most of you know that, but if you don't, that is kind of some background on how I am involved in the industry. Now I'm of course consulting with Jason and Kevin and Andy now, who just joined our team. So I'm thrilled to be doing that. And I've been doing this for a little over a year now, or about a year now. The other big claim to fame is that I'm a LinkedIn learning instructor. So, I had so much spare time in between running the company and having two babies that I also created many actually LinkedIn learning courses over the past 5 years. So I have been in the online teaching and instructing game for a while. And that's what I'm doing here today, guys. This is what I was talking about with like, I'm doing something new. I am bringing those LinkedIn learning skills to the background screening industry exclusively, directly. And what I've done is I've created a course that is going to show you exactly the scalable blueprints that I haven't just used at Social Intelligence, but many years before that. And I applied at Social Intelligence to scale, like I said, those B2B relationships and our partnership channel. And guys, let me tell you, if you don't know, I worked with them all. Okay. I have worked very, very closely with the biggest of the big, and you know who those are, and the smallest of the small. And I'll tell you this, I think that the difference between businesses that succeed and those that struggle, it's pretty simple and it's straightforward. It's their ability to scale their sales and marketing. So that's what I want to bring you today. This is what the course is called. I will talk about the course at the end, but I'm here to deliver value. I'm here to deliver the 3 steps. And like I said, it's a lot more than 3, but the way I'm going to organize this conversation today is I'm going to go through the first 3 modules. The first 3 lessons of the course. And at a really high level, I have to talk extremely fast because I only have now 25 minutes to go. So bear with me. I'm going to start my clock here. Okay, good. So that I know I can keep us all on task. But thank you again, everybody who's kind of trickled in. We're getting into these 3 key steps. And guys, I hope you're ready to take some notes because there's a lot of really good stuff here. I am happy to send you this deck, and I will send you this deck. And yes, there will be a replay. So, you could just watch me again and again and all you want. But the course goes through and a lot of this in detail. So let's get into it. Without further ado, this is module 1, and this is going to be, for our purposes today, step 1 of our 3 steps to sales growth. Okay. So the first module is all about building a revenue growth blueprint. And specifically in lesson number 1, we're going to talk right now about how to build a sustainable revenue system. Okay. Tough business. It sounds so simple. It sounds so buzzwordy and catchy, but it's tough business. And I think everybody on this call can appreciate that. Like I said, guys, please do chat it up with your colleagues here. Let them know that you're here. Say hello to me. Let me know when hi Matthew. Let me know when there's something that I say that is just like way off base. And I'm really just happy to have your guys' engagement and encouragement today. Hi Sarah. Okay, so RevOps, guys. Now you may have heard of this catchy little phrase before. Revenue operations, right? And when we think about revenue, I think a lot of people think about sales and marketing, or at least probably primarily sales. And what I want to demonstrate here today is that the foundation for building a blueprint really starts with defining really clear activities and goals for each area of your business. Now, I don't want to say department because a lot of you on this call, you are the department of all 3 of these things, and I know how that is. So it is definitely different areas of your business. Even if you do have distinct departments, this can get really messy. The work between these 3 departments, how they're working symbiotically or not, absolutely is the make or break area of your business of whether or not this is functioning or not. Now, some do it better than others. So what is the difference, right? Well, the stuff that's on the screen is incredibly straightforward, right? I'm not giving you anything earth-shattering news. What does marketing do? What does sales do? What does customer success do? But the really key to building a proper revenue ops system is to making sure we're being extremely intentional about each activity and how it plays into the entire ecosystem. Okay. So through creating a proper revenue operations, RevOps, this is what happens. You streamline your processes, you build scalability, like I said, makes or breaks the difference between success or not, and you get consistent results. Those consistent results is what informs you on what's working so you can do more of that. And hey, we're in background screening, guys. Consistency, pretty important for us. Pretty important, okay? So this is, hi Isabel. Oh, so happy to see you. I'm so excited you're here. Okay, this is really the big sort of headline in this first step and in this lesson. This is an example workflow of how RevOps would work, could work, and really should work, right? And if you had seen me on past webinars with social intelligence, you've probably seen a version of this in my backdrop because actually, funny story, probably the first week that I joined social intelligence, I had this big whiteboard and, here I come in, I'm everyone's boss, right? And I'm like, we're going to use this whiteboard we're going to brainstorm, we're going to do all sorts of things on here. And I drew out this workflow essentially. It looked a lot different, but orange marker, I'll never forget it. And I drew this out and saying, okay, this is what we need to build, right? This is what we need to do to be able to generate, good conversions and understanding how we grow our revenue. I never erased it. 7 years later, when we sold the company, when we moved out, that was the day I erased it. And I think that demonstrates that this is a dragon that you are constantly optimizing. This is a workflow that is not necessarily set it and forget it, but I will say you can make it simple. You can make it be easy, and you can implement a system that dramatically changes your business so that you only have one or two of you and you can manage really high value enterprise, partners and clients, and also keep those dollars coming in from some of the small guys that support your day-to-day operations. Okay. And so in the course, I go through a lot of exactly what we're talking about here, but at a high level, I just kind of want to demonstrate what this ecosystem is and to know, very importantly, sales plays really one part of it. Arguably the hardest part, I would say, but what we're trying to do when we create this system is protect your salespeople's face-to-face time. There's certain things that we're never going to be able to replicate with automation. And so what we try to do is make sure that we are using our face-to-face human time as effectively as possible to get clients to close and actually start ordering. How about that? Okay, so at the end of every lesson, what I like to do is provide a key lesson, a key takeaway. And again, I'm going through these lessons, guys, like really, really short. Hey, Jamie, just saw your chat. But key lesson for lesson number 1, RevOps is your business growth engine, period, over and out. So that is step number 1 of today. Now, let's get into step number 2, lesson number 2 of module 1 in my course. This is probably my favorite part. And this is kind of like information overload. And I'm going to speaking really quickly. Forgive you in advance, but know that we go into it much more in the course. So we're going to talk about the funnel. Okay. Now, listen, guys, get off my back. Okay. There is other versions of this funnel. You have seen this funnel before. I'm not showing you anything brand new or dramatic here, but this is my version of the funnel that is specifically designed to keep it easy, keep it simple, and keep it really organized so that when we're creating this revenue operations ecosystem, we're really being intentional, I did not say that word today, about each phase of this funnel and how we focus our activities and cascade our goals throughout each of our departments so that it supports every area of this funnel. Okay. So let's talk about some marketing activities as an example. And if you haven't heard this vernacular before, well, welcome to the fun marketing acronyms. We have TOFU, top of funnel activities. We have MOFU, middle of funnel activities. And we have BOFU, bottom of the funnel activities. Now, this is really speaking to the content that you create and the marketing efforts that your team makes in order to, gain new clients, not just at the prospect level, but also retain clients at the end. Because I do like to say over and over again, marketing doesn't stop. And certainly you need to turn up the pace once somebody does become your client, especially in background screening, because we need to build that lifetime value and we need to grow the accounts. There's a lot of cross selling and upselling we're able to do in this industry, which is great. So, for the purposes of today and right now, we're going to focus primarily on prospecting. But understand that the reason I'm including this today is because I like to point out what a lot of mistakes that I see in this industry, I see this over and over and over again, is people going straight to middle of the funnel and bottom of the funnel stuff. We want to talk about pricing. We want to talk about competitive stuff. We want to talk about all this stuff. Now, there are some prospects that are ready to get into the bottom of the funnel. However, you probably don't have the right systems and infrastructures in place to know that or not. You're not able to really measure that, and you're not really able to understand what is working and what isn't. So, that is the purpose of this funnel today. And I'm going to share with you my top five. And this is, again, fight me in the comments, but these I think are the five most important KPIs, call them metrics, whatever you want to call them. But these are the five most tangible items that you need to know and need to understand deeply about your business. Now, if you are a leader in any of these departments that I'm talking about today, or an executive or a founder, this is the stuff that you need to know. And these are the things, guys, that you need to build your comp plans around your employees and measure them for accountability. So we're talking about MQLs, we're talking about SQLs, we're talking about meetings scheduled, deals created, and deals closed. Okay. Let's talk about MQLs and SQLs. This might be new vernacular to some of you. Some of you are like, please, I live and breathe MQLs and SQLs. So go ahead and just tune me out or tune in just so you can be like, that's not right, Bianca. I love to argue. Marketing qualified lead. So imagine this: a marketing qualified lead is somebody who maybe visits your website, follows you on LinkedIn. It's somebody who's maybe downloaded a very high level piece of content like background screening 101 or something, just really like, oh, I'm kind of interested in your line of work. Kind of think about it like that. SQL is somebody who's actually ready for a sales conversation. So this person is probably downloaded a much more down the funnel piece of content. So like how to implement a background screening program, compliance, things that are a little more deeper. Certainly somebody who's inquired about pricing. So these are folks who are, not just have a pulse, but are ready for a sales conversation. Meetings, deals, created and closed. That's what it sounds like, right? And this is, I think, the importance area of metrics to focus on. Now, here's how it works in the funnel, right? Generally speaking, we're doing a lot of top of the funnel stuff to MQLs, middle and bottom of the funnel, or more middle of the funnel to SQLs and getting meetings scheduled. What we're doing is leveraging those marketing activities to move folks through this funnel. Now, we're not just doing that because we are type A and we need things to be organized. I mean, I am, but like, we're not just doing it for the sake of doing it. We're doing it because we need to measure, number one, how, if we're coming or going, right? How effective are we as an organization at this funnel? Where in the funnel are we having a hard time? And where in the funnel are we doing really well? That also translates to employee performance, right? Who is performing well, which areas of our business need help, how, and there's a million subtasks and submetrics within each of these where that can support and cascade, from these MQLs and SQLs to really measure employee performance, but incredibly valuable information. And guys, this is the money slide for you. Okay. This is the money slide for you. And this is, again, something that I go through in much bigger depth in my course of, well, what should my conversions be? What should these metrics be? How am I doing? Here is a measurement that I'm giving you so that you can measure whether or not you are doing well in these areas and not doing well. And I'll say this, I would be impressed if there's 3 of you on this call. And I'm not trying to calling you out, dog, yeah. But like, I'd be impressed if there are three of you on this call that know what these conversion rates are in your company at every single step and know and can diagnose what the problem areas are. Okay. And if you can, God bless you. Let me know because I think what you're doing is really well. But here is the thing. I think that there's also a little bit of call it delusion, but I will say that there is a lot of ways that people can sort of, manipulate these metrics to feel like they're doing better than they are. And one of the key things I'm talking about here is deals created and deals closed. Okay, so what we see a lot is this number being much higher than what the kind of best practices is here. It's not unusual in our industry actually to maybe even see 50% here from deals created to deals closed. And if you're an AE on this call right now and you're like, oh, my close rate is way higher than that, well, I would question and push back on when you're actually creating the deals. And a lot of reps, what they like to do is they not create a deal until you're about to close. And so, you can kind of fudge the numbers here a little bit, but not for nothing. This is the stuff that you need to know and measure, because if we are hurting from the getting people into the ecosystem area, that is going to cascade down all the way to deals closed. And I don't think there's enough time spent on that. So anyway, I go through much more of that in the course, but that's the big headline. The funnel is your roadmap for consistent growth. So let's talk about number 3. And oh my gosh, I am doing well, but we really got to get through stuff. Prioritizing high impact activities. Okay. Relentless prioritization. I say it a lot. I've said this at social, I made this my entire personality at Social Intelligence. Okay. Especially when you have a small team. This is extremely relevant, but it's actually extremely relevant as well, of course, when you have a large organization and when you're scaling your activities, because now you're playing in the margins, and those errors that you're making, those things that you're not doing well, they happen at scale too. Okay. So what we're doing when we approach the revenue funnel and creating one or optimizing one is you're starting with quick wins, right? We're going to focus on tasks that deliver quick results, and we're going to align again these funnel activities. Now, the biggest piece of advice here is eliminating low impact tasks. This is the classic example, and CEOs on the call, God bless you, but you do this to your team a lot, is you see, oh my God, our competitor just wrote this blog. They just posted about this. We should be doing that. We need to do a campaign for this. And you make your marketing and sales team's head spin, because what it does is it distracts them, and it's an impulsive kind of chaotic way to focus on something that's a little bit out of alignment with the larger strategy. And if there is no strategy, that's even worse, right? And so as somebody in that position who's maybe like hearing that from an executive or somebody who's being a bit chaotic with this, the best armor that you can have is your metrics from the slide before, is to say, well, here's the goals that we're going after. Here's what our content plan is, because, this is what the forecast is for our MQLs, SQLs, whatever it is. And, but great idea. I'll put it in the wish list for next quarter. A great answer. Okay, so here are my top 3 high impact tasks. Now, and especially this is helpful if you are somebody who has a small business and you're looking to kind of get started and rev up your growth engine. Well, these are the 3 things you need to be focusing on right now. And I'm not making these up, guys. These are the things that in this, call it, environment of noise, internet noise, we're inundated, our algorithms are very curated to what's relevant to us. You have to come from the perspective of being curated to your prospects. And so bringing, I could do whole courses on each 3 of these topics. And as a matter of fact, I'll show you in a minute, I have bonus templates for exactly how to implement these things in the course. So lead magnets, those are content pieces that you're using to give people value up front, and show them your competency, build trust, not for nothing. Welcome to this webinar, guys. You're in my lead magnet. Look at that. Monthly newsletters. A lot of you registered for this webinar from our newsletter. Fancy that as well. Building consistent communication, not just with prospects and clients, so important. I think it's overlooked more often than you expect. Social media posts, guys. This is don't sleep on it. Okay. Don't think that if you don't have a million followers and you're not some like crazy influencer, that it's pointless. It's not. I go into this a lot, and I bet there's people on this call that have heard my lecture on social media posting before. But not only is it impactful, it is like your second website. It is where you build trust and value. And there's so many ways to optimize it that if you can even do it at a base level now, it can lead to greater things later. Okay. So wanted to give you a sneak peek of that lesson in particular. I think has the best bonus materials in the course. Okay. I'm giving you my content calendar. This is what I use for my clients to organize their content, to make sure that there is that strategy, right? So when the chaotic CEO asks you to post something, you're able to say, yeah, I'll fit it in, at the end of April or whatever it is. Keeps yourself organized, keeps it intentional, and keeps those goals and metrics in alignment so that you can cascade them for your own team's performance and for the larger company at whole. You just heard today's the first day you ever heard the word lead magnet. Well, great, because I'm here to help you learn how to make one and what good ones are for our industry. There are companies in our industry that do a great job at this, and so got some good ideas for you there, and so on and so forth with what these bonus materials are. Now, I brought up, maybe some people on the call that have heard this lecture. Gavin, I don't know if you're here, but if you are, you have definitely heard this stuff from me before. And Gavin has had really wonderful things again to say about me. And so I am tooting my own horn here, but I'm also really just wanting to highlight, guys, that this is real life stuff and real work that iCube does with CRAs and background screen, suppliers in our industry to implement and to make their performance better. So that's what really this is all about. Okay, I have 5 minutes to pitch you this course. And yes, I'm going to pitch it to you because this is a business, guys. We are salespeople, and that's what we're doing here. I hope, though, that you really and genuinely and sincerely take this as an opportunity, guys. Like I said, my LinkedIn learning experience has translated now so that I can deliver and really scale my ability to provide information at a fraction of the cost as what it would cost you to hire me as a consultant or anybody as a consultant. So, the way I've organized it is like this: 4 modules. Okay. Among these 4 modules, there's 10 lessons, and then I have an intro and a conclusion. And this is the outline of how you can go through the course. Now, forgive how ugly this slide looks. Okay. I just had to get something done, but minimum viable, people, real developership. But I wanted to outline all of the 19 bonus materials that I have labored over. And when I say labor, I mean labored over myself to create for you. And we do at iCubed have plans actually to create a library where these things are going to be purchasable. And so we're already mapping out how much would we sell these for, what's the value, and we can kind of create calculations based on other industries and what's out there in the world and just kind of how useful and easy it would be to implement. So these are all included in the course. This is all going to be thrown at you. Again, we're all salespeople here. You love a good ROI conversation. We understand and appreciate here that this is where the value creation is, right? 90 days with me at an absolute bare minimum. Let me tell you, don't work for free, people. I don't work for free. It's going to cost you at least 18 grand to go through learning some of this material and getting it going. Of course, the bonus materials there, the values that we put on there, you're looking at 20 grand K. 20 grand K. 20K. We created the course for you for $9.97. Okay. 3 hours of content, take you 3 hours to get through it, 19 bonus templates. This is the QR code on the website to sign up now. But here is the big kicker. Oh, wait. No, wait. One more thing before the big kicker. There's a VIP experience, of course, guys. Come on. This is 2025. We've seen this everywhere, right? Of course, there's a VIP experience. Again, a fraction of the cost to be able to, be able to get some help with not just, watching the course, but actually implementing it and customizing it so that it makes sense and you're able to prioritize the high impact task that is relevant to your organization because everybody is different. Now, this is the big reveal for you guys. Thanks for coming to the webinar. So I want you to be my beta testers. Like I said at the top, guys, this is brand new to the industry. Okay. This is a brand new way for me and for you to be able to take advantage of deep industry knowledge. There are actual email templates in here that you can have. There are all sorts of great materials. And so for the first 20 learners that sign up, we have a 50% off coupon. You can apply it, and essentially, even if you were to do a 3 pay plan, it's like making one payment essentially. You can apply it to regular course access, and you can add it to your VIP experience. Let me tell you, my friend, I'm never doing this again. Okay. So like I said, I don't work for free. None of us do. But this is about as close to as free as I could possibly offer. I really want to get feedback from you guys. And so that's what I'm asking in return for this coupon, is to let me know, what do you think? Is this valuable? Is this useful? And what other courses do you want to see? Where should we go down the rabbit holes? What can I do to support you? And what can I do to make it cost effective so that you can implement this in your business and not break the bank and not have to hire a whole, First Advantage team that you're just frankly not able or ready to do. Oh my God. I speak really quickly. I hope that was okay. I appreciate that you guys have stuck it out this far. And thank you. Sincerely, thank you for showing up, for providing support, for chatting it up in the comments. This is my LinkedIn learning page. I will be following up with you guys with this deck, of course, with your coupon code, but also just as a sincere thank you for joining me, for even considering learning about some of the things that I've been teaching other organizations. So I hope that that was a useful use of your last 30 minutes. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to sound off in the comments, of course, but go ahead and email me, guys. I'm available by email. We can chat, we can discuss. Let's see, will you share the recording of this? Absolutely. I'm going to share the replay. You'll get the replay, and I'm happy to also send you the PowerPoint deck. You can keep that forever. I'll do you one better too. If you want to email me, and if you look at the bonus materials, and if you say, can you send me, you pick one that you want, I'm happy to send it to you. Happy to give you a sample of the bonus materials that I've created. So pick one, let me know which one you like best. And ooh, Jamie, I see your question. How long should the sales cycle last? How long should a sales employee be given to show they're capable of closing a deal? Good stuff. It is nuanced, let me tell you, with each organization. But we certainly at iCubed have some statistics that you should measure against, so that to know whether you're coming or going. I think when you're saying when you're capable of closing a deal, that has to be defined too. So honestly, Jamie, we need to talk about offline about it, because it's a little bit nuanced, but I have some very specific ideas, especially for your organization, because I know what you're selling that can give you a clue there. Okay, guys, well, feel free to jump on out of here. I'm going to look through these chats afterwards and be able to get back to you with the questions that did come in. Thank you so much again. Appreciate it. The next webinars, just so you guys know, essentially a repeat of this. There was just 3 options and 3 time slots. So no need to keep that on your calendar since you've already joined today. I appreciate your time, guys. Thank you so much. Talk soon. Bye.